I remember there was this incident that happened during the pandemic. I was running a 5 a.m. morning call every day called the Morning Hustlers. And I had two people who really vibed with the Morning Hustlers. They loved it, and these two people were living in Europe. And what they wanted to do is expand the Morning Hustlers to Europe. So what they did was they started a 5 a.m. call, Europe time, and they ran the calls. And I loved the idea because I got to expand my business and I didn't have to put any extra time, and I got more leads, and uh, I was beginning to expand, and I thought it was incredible. And suddenly there started to become conversations about me, my business partner, and these two guys, like all of us being a collective unit together. And I didn't like that idea, and it scared the shit out of me. And so I like made them take personality tests, and I was just looking for any reason to not have these people uh, be with me and my business partner. So what I decided to do was cut ties with them, and they changed their 5 a.m. call to something else, and they would no longer be part of the Morning Hustlers brand because I wanted to keep them at arm's length. And this caused so much turmoil, um, almost to like I feel the separation of me and my business partner. She really stood up for those two guys, saying that they are solid, and I thought they were trying to weasel, their way into uh, the good thing that we had going on. Like I felt like they were trying to piggyback on us. I didn't really know them, and it's an interesting dynamic because in my 5 a.m. calls, I would give a speech, and so people would get to know me, but I had no idea who they were. So they felt connected, but I was like, "You're a total stranger. I don't know who you are." And it was an interesting dynamic because you, in my eyes, they are someone who listened to me, and it was like me looking to maintain my position as a leader. And I felt like I was the leader because I was the one who created the Morning Hustlers, and you know the Morning Hustlers brand was mine. And I'll never forget the the call that I had with the two guys who were running the European division. They um, actually at one point, like all of us got on a call, me, my business partner, and the other two guys, and we had a really difficult and uncomfortable conversation. And I remember one of them had said, "Greg, you have these walls up. You have this trauma around love and connection, and you don't want to let people in." And I remember being so triggered by that. I didn't know whether or not he was trying to use that to get me to let my guard down. I didn't know, bro. I was terrified. To me, it was easier to keep people at arm's length. And ultimately, that made me feel safe. Well, I see the same pattern today when it comes to love. I have these walls that I put up. Yeah, yesterday was my first day on the job at my new job, and they seem like, it's a culture of like authenticity and, you know being able to be who you are and say what it is that you want to say, which seems cool. But I still kept my distance, even working at Chili's. Today is my last day working at Chili's, and I wanted so bad to leave Chili's when I got hired. But I'm not gonna lie, like, the people really grew on me, and the people really show me love, and it's actually bittersweet. Like, I'm gonna miss working there. I actually started to really enjoy my time there, but I had these walls up. I didn't talk to anybody really. I didn't really like to share so much about myself and make an attempt to connect with the other people. I just I have a massive fear around intimacy, and I've been hurt. I think we've all been hurt in our past when it comes to love. And this is one of my biggest challenges, man, is being open to love. And I would like to come up with excuses as to why that is. I think about my family growing up. One thing my mom, would say to me a lot. She's still alive, but she would say this. She hasn't said this recently, but she was like, when you have a child, it's a love that you've never experienced before in your life. Like, it's a love that's just deeper than anything. And for me, I'm like, it doesn't really feel like that though. My family loves me, but it doesn't feel like love is enough. What I crave is acceptance. And that's one of the challenges with, I feel, with being who it is that I am, is like, yes, I am different, and I believe I'm going to make a massive impact because I am different. But like, the downside of that is like, it's difficult for me to fit in. I don't fit in. And it's very painful for me for people to see who it is that I am me at my rawest, where because I feel my best when I'm expressing myself. I feel my best. And for people that I want to connect with, to see them disapprove of that hurts me so much. So I feel like I found coping mechanisms of being able to leave a great impression without letting people in. And this is why I feel like I just want sex instead of like a healthy, loving relationship with a companion. So yesterday was my first day at my new job, and um, there's an opportunity that a friend of mine has to work in sales for his company, making around $10,000 to $15,000 a month. And initially, I thought to myself, I don't want to do it just because of the lifestyle, like sales. Although I think it could be fun. I don't know. I don't want to rule it out completely, but in my body, it's not a fuck yes. I'm not motivated by money. I'm motivated by connection. And while I was working, I was not feeling super great. My first hour was feeling extremely uncomfortable. And I was like, I'm gonna message my friend. I'm gonna get out of this. But as the night progressed, like I was forced into social situations, and I feel that this is like pushing me to like address my fear of connecting with people, but mostly just being who it is that I am and being open and willing to be hurt. Not intentionally looking to be hurt, but living in a way that opens me up to it. Because on one extreme end of hurt, there's also the other opposite extreme, which is love. And this terrifies me, dog. It fucking terrifies me. So I'm gonna stick with this because I feel like it's gonna get me out of my shell. And I know it's crazy for people to think in terms of me having a shell. You know, if you know anything about my past and when it comes to connecting with young entrepreneurs, or if you met me before, you may have noticed how well I connect with people. But like, I'm terrified, bro. I'm especially terrified of women. Terrified. Terrified. And as much as like I want to commit to art, I feel like the universe isn't pushing me into that direction. Lately, I wake up every single night out of my sleep thinking about women. I wake up out of my sleep and I'll be awake for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. It's so frustrating. It's annoying. And it's like crystal clear as day in terms of what it is that I want. But I have this massive fear. And it's like, we gotta fucking attack that shit, bro. Yeah. I think the first action is just the most challenging, which is just getting the ball rolling, which is initiating conversation. I think, like, I psych myself out. I think about, I remember growing up, my younger sister had maybe a couple bad experiences with math. And then from there on forward, she had this lock on her brain in terms of she's bad at math. And when it came to math, she shut down. Math, shut down. No, I'm not good at it. No. And she was certain about that. And I feel that way when it comes to relationships as well, where early on I had a couple really hurtful experiences with love, intimacy, and then now I shut down. I psych myself out. And I know there's plenty of people who do want to connect with me, who do want me to talk to them and go on a date with me and are, fascinated with me. But I say no. So that's where I'm at right now. I gotta start getting ready for work. This week I worked 7 days, man. Well, 6 days, but on my off day, I was still getting shit done, and I didn't take my off day to rest at all, bro. I went to jujitsu and like gave it my motherfucking all, bro. So yeah, the next off day I have today is Thursday. The next off day I have is on Monday. I think I'll probably take Monday during the day to rest, and then I made a commitment to one of my friends that we're gonna go to jujitsu together in the evening. So it won't be a total rest day, but it'll be a day that has rest in it. But also with my work schedule at my new job that I got hired at, I will be able to get a lot more rest during the days because I'm working evenings, and that's gonna be very helpful for me. So I'm happy about that. But this is where I am today.